Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel, History Matters, Matters of History, where I'll present my thoughts, opinions, muses of various topics. Today's episode, the first episode of this channel, is going to be To Protect and Serve. To protect and serve, the motto of police departments across this nation, and that's what they do. Some agencies are a little more aggressive than others. On June 1st, 2020, a group of diverse individuals gathered at the Lafayette Square, Washington, D.C., to protest social injustices against the Black community, particularly by law enforcement. They were met by various law enforcement agencies called up by the 45th president to protect and serve, and that is what they did. They did what they were ordered to do. They cleared the square of individuals who were peacefully protesting. Blocks away, riots would erupt, instigated not by the original Lafayette Square protesters, but by those who would take advantage of the situation. Burglaries and property damage, assaults, even at these other locations, and once again, Metropolitan Police as well as other agencies called in to protect and serve, and they did. Arrests were made, charges filed, convictions obtained, jail sentences rendered. 7 months later, on January 6, 2021, another group of individuals descended upon Lafayette Square, Washington, D.C. This group, though, not as diverse. And though many of this group will say that they were there to protest a perceived theft, the reality is that they were there to stop what they would call the steal, and proceeded to do so by fully breaching the Capitol building. No matter the spin, it is undeniable because the Sonys, the Nikons, the Canons, they bore witness as their owners and operators depressed their shutter buttons as quickly as possible to capture in real time the melee that would unfold. Undeniable, because we have irrefutable proof in the form of digital images and in some cases film. Once again, law enforcement, the few that were there, arose to protect and serve, yet instead of a crowd fleeing from tear gas and rubber bullets, they were met with resistance from a fierce mob intent on reaching the Senate floor to stop a constitutional process. And for their efforts, some of those men and women paid the price for doing their duty with their bodies, even with their lives. That is part of the job when it comes to protect and serve, and they willingly do it. But the expectation of those who sign up for such a perilous job is that when they are accosted, assaulted, even killed, that justice will be meted out to the perpetrators and that this justice will be severe. Over 140 police officers were assaulted on January 6th, and officers Brian Sicknick, Howard Liebengood, Jeffrey Smith, Gunther Hashida, and Kyle DeFreytag all died as a result of that day. Arrests were made, charges filed, convictions obtained, and jail sentences given. Yet the 47th President of the United States saw fit to pardon nearly all those who participated in that event and who were responsible for the injuries and deaths of those who took the oath to protect and serve. Their lives, their pain, their injuries did not matter to him. When perpetrators of crimes, especially serious crimes, are not held fully accountable, it sends a dangerous message that consequences for attacking law enforcement are not severe, potentially emboldening others to commit similar acts of violence. This is a quote from the Fraternal Order of Police, the International Association of Chiefs of Police. They supported him in the last 3 elections. The response of the 47th president? They served years in jail they should not have served. Had I, or an ordinary person, violently assaulted a police officer, Officer Michael Fanone was dragged, beaten, and tased. He died. If it were I, or the ordinary citizen, who had done that, 20 years in the eyes of law enforcement would not be enough. Yet the newly seated 47th, just a couple, too much. What does that say about the man? the Fraternal Order of Police and the International Association of Chiefs of Police backed. That blue don't matter. That criminals who support him matter more than they. Yet that shouldn't be too surprising, as he too is a convicted felon. Those who have felonies on their records almost always have that record held against them in just about everything. It shouldn't be, but it is. And a routine traffic stop can change when an officer learns the driver has a felony record. They become more cautious, rightly so in some cases. View the other driver as just not ordinary. He has a record. And yet, the Fraternal Order of Police, the largest police organization in the nation, willingly ignored the felonious record of the candidate and in return the 47th slapped them in the face and gave them the middle finger. That, my friends, in my opinion, is the ultimate disrespect to an organization he calls friend. My muse of the day, and that's the way it is. If you like my channel, please subscribe, and I'll be posting more in the coming weeks. Thanks for tuning in.